Many are, in fact.
Oh, why did I die? I didn't mean to do that.
Originally, the vocal cord parasites were as well. But for any strain to ride out
Someday I may go back and watch these videos and try and pay attention to what he's saying, but for now I just, I can't.
Now the newest strain procreated with mates found in other hosts. And in order to increase...
Can I steal this, nope, can't even take the poster.
The voice of its host. They came to inhabit the host's vocal cords.
No.
This truly was the birth of the vocal cord parasite. The parasites developed the host's pharynx to form resonating chambers and used them to produce sophisticated mating calls. The relatively upright posture of the dinosaurs was important in this because the crooked L-shaped pharynx was more suited to the development of resonating chambers. These developments ushered in a time of great prosperity for the parasites. But for the third time, the parasites had a major hurdle to overcome. The meteorite impact at the end...
I don't have the online stuff installed yet, Smiley. I'm going to do that later after the stream, so... Sorry, can't do online stuff yet.
Parasites had no option but to find a new habitat. Birds. As genetic successors to the dinosaurs, with functioning air sac apparatus already in place, birds were the perfect choice. But the parasites could not survive in birds that flew at high altitudes with thinner air. So they parasitized ground-dwelling birds and altered their respiratory system for the sake of reproduction. They gave the birds the means to produce sophisticated sounds. The syrinx responsible for chirping. This is the proof that points to activation of FOXP2 in songbirds as well as humans. The Cenozoic era began with a rise in oxygen concentration, which helped mammals to evolve and increase in size.
Yay!
The parasites then shifted to humans as a more effective host.
Where is it? Oh,
Bipedal
way the fuck
upright
over there.
walking
Okay.
meant that our throats could support larger resonating chambers.
Damn it!
At first, vocal cord parasites entered humans using birds as their intermediate host. But eventually they changed to conducting their entire life cycle within human hosts. What happened next is as I have already
I'll take
described. People
large
took
diamond.
the vocalizing prowess given them by the parasites and made it language. And once the parasites could no longer use it as their mating call, they died out. Or in other words, the
God damn it.
parasites overcame all evolutionary hurdles except humanity.
Oh God, you have to be such a good shot.
He said the ethnic cleanses project
Just body
was sure
shot.
to succeed. After all, the parasites had a grudge against us humans. To think we awoke them after such a long slumber, just so they could sate their thirst for vengeance.
You gotta extract him.
It is terrible, unforgivable, and yet it is what I have done. I learned of the vocal cord parasite's existence in literature belonging to the Foundation. It was little more than a theory. The question was, why does only Homo sapiens among all primates have a highly developed language? Human versus everything else. The missing link between these was the mystery that gave rise to this theory.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
In the Dene creation myth, the Neo Dene, who first inhabited the world, were insect-like creatures. I came to imagine that those insect-like creatures could be humans living in symbiosis with the vocal cord parasites. But I
Oh shit! I was wondering where the last guy was.
He's coming too. Roger that.
that is when Skullface came to me.
That was kind of an amateur error.
Assistance with my metallic Archaea research. He told me the vocal cord parasites really existed. And not only did they exist, they had already been brought back to life in the modern age. An ancient human cadaver.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Cypher excavated such a cadaver from a permafrost region and isolated the DNA coding of the vocal cord parasites. Naturally, they were long dead and could not be brought back, but there was an alternate vessel they could use. A relative species of the Pentastomida discovered in China. It had adapted to
Okay.
live in the
He's
native
coming too. Roger that.
That's everything here, so I
genetic
can
sequence showed signs
go ahead
of
and
common
fuck off.
ancestry with the vocal cord parasites. Ontogenesis, a path of an organism to maturity, is like a roadmap of the phylogenetic evolution of the entire strain. Cypher used this to effect a reverse evolution of the modern parasite and resurrect the vocal cord parasites. They interposed a developmental mechanism to the ontogenetic stage analogous to when the relative species first appeared, the point at which it split from the vocal cord parasites, forcing its evolution down the other path, the vocal cord parasite path. The larvae this produced.
Why do you keep calling it? You should have just came up with some made-up name instead of keep calling it vocal cord parasites, because that gets annoying real fast.
Access to high-level genetic technologies. Skullface said it was the work of a genius woman scientist, and that the relative species in question was first discovered by a group once called.
Okay, so now I'm entering this area. What am I supposed to do? Extract a highly skilled soldier.
He charged me with two demands. First, to add lethality to these organisms that had once lived in peace with man, by unleashing the larvae's latent desire to consume nutrients from the host's lung tissue, making
Whoa.
them eat and eat.
That guy's hardcore. I want that guy.
Second, to have both
Oh.
male and female inhabit the same host and copulate then and there.
That was close.
Only when exposed to specific pronunciations continuously over an extended time. What he would do to the Dene if I failed. I had no choice. Originally, the ultimate objective of the ethnic cleansing parasite project was the identification of not only languages, but of actual cultures. Language is deeply connected to ethnicity, but many languages are employed by multiple ethnic groups, and confrontation between those ethnic groups is by no means rare. If the cleanser parasites were to be a deterrent against ethnic conflict, they had to distinguish between groups using means other than pure language. The original plan called for this to be achieved by differences in the transmission vector. Each ethnic group has different lifestyle customs and eating habits. For instance,
Yay!
parasites
Guard
living in
post
shallow
captured,
water and
motherfucker.
taken in through the skin could be used to target rice farming groups. Or parasites using cows as their intermediate host would be ineffective against cultures that are.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
That is a lofty goal indeed. The current parasites mainly rely on droplet transmission. It would take extensive time to alter the transmission route.
I feel bad for this voice actor, I really do. He had to say this shit for like hours and hours. And he probably had to do it more than once.
Who put it back into operation. But despite that, he told
He's
me
coming too. Roger that.
and just focus on language identification. I do not know why. I understand that the Chinese philosophers who discovered the relative species of parasite Originally planned
You gonna extract him?
hologramic Alexia parasite. The left temporal parietal region is home to the part of the brain that identifies the phonetic symbols of the English language. They wished to
Okay,
create
that
a
should
strain
be
that would
everyone
parasitize
except
that region
for where's
and
the
suppress
yeah,
its
there's still a guy in
literacy
that
functions.
guard post.
The brain area responsible for identifying the logographs of Chinese, meanwhile, is in the
You know,
left
I'm
lobe
really
of the
sorry
gyrus.
for
Means
subjecting you guys to this guy talking all the time because it really does get fucking
the
annoying.
literacy would be unaffected. Old and new, east and west, there is no limit to the delusions of those in power.
Oh my god, that's a tank!
Threatens to become
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Oh shit, I want that tank. Oh no! There's someone in it too. God damn it. Gotta be careful. Oh, thank god he's done talking. Jesus fuck. Okay, let's go. Let's listen to some other talking because I hate myself so.
A ruler's greatest wealth is not money or land. It is the number of individuals under his control. Subjects who work, consume, are there to be used as pawns in war. For a capitalist ruler, his people's power becomes
That's
his
pretty
power.
awesome.
You are the
Got
same
another tank.
with your diamond dogs.
He's coming too. Roger that.
But what you're doing is bringing as much talent as you can into your little domain. Every person and other.
Oh my god. He was wearing a fucking helmet. Ugh. Oh my god, do you mean I have to retake I have to retake this fucking base? Fuck me. Okay.
Originally, the ultimate objective of the ethnic cleansing parasite project was the identification of not only languages, but of actual cultures. Language is deeply connected to ethnicity, but many languages are employed by multiple ethnic groups, and confrontation between those ethnic groups is by no means rare. If the cleanser parasites were to be a deterrent against ethnic conflict, they had to distinguish between groups using means other than pure language. The original plan called for this to be achieved by differences in the transmission vector. Each ethnic group has different lifestyle customs and eating habits. For instance, parasites living in shallow water and taken in through the skin could be used to target rice farming groups, or parasites using cows as their intermediate host would be ineffective against cultures that abstain from eating beef. But that is a lofty goal indeed. The current parasites mainly rely on droplet transmission. It would take extensive
Well, I kind of
time
rushed through it, but I got it.
route. I eventually learned that the Ethnic Cleansers Project had been shut down. It was Skullface who put it back into operation. But despite that, he told me to forget about the transmission route and just focus on language identification. I do not know why. I understand that the Chinese philosophers who discovered the relative species of
Oh god damn it, we listened to this one already. Because I haven't been paying attention. Fuck it. Let's listen to
a
this.
ruler's greatest wealth is not money or land. It is the number of individuals under his control. Subjects who work, consume, are there to be used as pawns in
Okay.
war. For a capitalist ruler, his people's power becomes his power. You are the same. With your diamond dogs, you spin it with your speeches. But what you're doing is bringing...
What speeches? Has Snake ever given a speech in this game? If he has, I don't know.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Since ancient times, every civilization's ruler has had the same idea. When people unite under one will, they become...
You gotta extract him.
Some of their parts. And the one will is the ruler.
Okay, I am not gonna be spotted by that motherfucker again.
People together.
I'm gonna sneak up on his ass.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Actually...
Language was spoken in Eden. A shared tongue that united all of humanity. Mankind eventually grew aware of its power.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. There's a tank over here.
Built a tower to the heavens. The mighty Tower of Babel. This
Let's go ahead and call for... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and call for the D-Dog.
Languages emerged, and the earth was divided as men went their separate ways. Every age is the same. A ruler's first order of business, after conquering new land, is to force his tongue on its people. Ancient Rome, Napoleon, and now Zero. English is wreaking havoc around the world right now. The British Empire tilled the land with war as its whole, then began planting the seed that is English. Eventually, American capitalism became the new...
You gotta extract him.
There we go.
Game of wealth.
Now I
We
can
have
see
to
your
abide
fucking
by one
ass.
rule. English. By exploiting people's desires, English has become a leash that people gladly wear around their necks, it would seem.
Oh, good. Okay. Let's listen to some more tapes, because I hate myself.
You disappoint me. Have you forgotten my face?
Leave me be.
You won't respond to anyone else, so I figured it must be me you wanted to see.
That's the target.
You won't even look at me.
Have I not suffered enough?
Not until you've eased my suffering first. To tell you the truth, old man, I'm in a bit of a bind. It's about your children. You know what I mean? The parasites.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
It's their language.
They must not be allowed to multiply.
You are allowed to live only in order to help me. But you don't want to, do you? So why not choose death instead? Because you want to protect the Diné and their land from me. That's your purpose, isn't it? Don't lose sight of that now. It's in your interest to cooperate. Because if you don't...
Madness.
The parasites can't detect your people's tongue. So I'll just have to resort to more heavy-handed means. I have the greatest respect for your people.
That
I would
was
rather
funny.
avoid such a thing, but we don't always get our way. I was born a tiny mote in a mighty tempest, and until those winds abate, all I can choose is how to act when they blow me.
You gotta extract him.
Tell me, Code Talker, what happens to a man infected with a pair of your parasites? Can they be removed? Can the full-blown symptoms be prevented?
It is impossible to remove the parasites alone.
Wow, that was
They
a good
have too
shot.
close an affinity with humans.
Then how do you stop the symptoms from developing?
Yay.
All right. I was hoping for an answer now, but perhaps you just need a little more time. I'll be back soon. I've set up shop, not far from here. We'll be seeing a lot more of each other.
If you are close by, then it is almost complete.
We're in the final phases. All that's left,
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
with the help of your metallic archaea. Once that's done, I won't have to return here again. And your suffering will end. As will your people's. We're almost finished, Code Talker. Each in our own way.
My only regret will be not finishing you.
There's nothing stopping you. I'm only alive because you want me that way.
Ridiculous.
As you wish. My regret is this misunderstanding between us. You and I, our goal is the same. We should be working together. A symbiosis.
You do not know my mind. I simply want the Diné bloodline to endure.
Really now? You're just another mote in the storm. How you react to all the slings and arrows, that's what counts. That's why you call those squirming monsters your children.
What I have done is forbidden. Forgive me, all of you.
The world should be left the way it is.
He's pretty fucking crazy. They're both
You of
pretty
all
fucking
men
crazy.
should know that.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Forgive me, but my schedule has changed. The time for grace and good manners has now run out.
Please. Torture will not work on me. Surely you know this.
Oh, I have no intention of getting rough with you. You haven't been beaten. Your hands aren't even tied. Just like me, you have been symbiotic with countless
And then Sonic the
monsters.
Hedgehog comes in
What
and
wounds
saves
I
the
might
day.
inflict, they'll patch right up. You might feel considerable pain, but I've no doubt you can withstand it.
Then what do you plan on doing?
I have a soldier standing outside. Nothing special about him, except that he always obeys. I have given him one instruction. Whenever I ring this bell, he passes on a message for me. That message is simply, go.
What is this?
After that, though, it gets complicated. The message will arrive at a room, a little bigger than this one. Nothing special. Some of your people are in this room, surrounded by my men.
Enough of this.
They pick them at random. No regard for age, gender. In that, I suppose, they're different from you. Not as discriminating. They tied them up, one by one, blindfolded them. We had to maintain order, you understand?
You bastard.
Good. When they hear that, my men will pick one of your people and infect them with a parasite. Your parasite.
It won't work on my people.
True. The vocal cord parasite doesn't respond to your language. But what about English?
An English strain. It exists.
A ring of this bell, and they infect one person. If that person abandons the Navajo language, the
Oh,
English
shit.
strain will trigger symptoms.
You monster.
So, it's quite simple. Every time I ring the bell, another of your people is infected.
Don't do
No.
this.
I don't want
I thought they
to
were
do
gonna
this.
stop.
I'd rather not have to ring the bell, which is why I'm hoping you will talk to me.
do you want? What else could you possibly want?
You know the answer to that. How to prevent the symptoms caused by the parasite.
You cannot control it like some slave. Forget the idea.
Forget it. Unlikely.
I will never tell you. What have you done?
You made me do that.
You black-hearted...
Settle down.
Start to know what he's doing.
Don't use it again.
Well, that is up to you. All you need to do...
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
How to prevent the vocal cord parasite's symptoms.
Why? Why do you need to know?
The adult soldiers at Wale Amasa are all dead.
What?
The parasite traveled downstream. It would appear that he was involved. Another demon who woke up
Nice.
from 9 years of slumber. As a result,
Oh.
the vocal cord parasite spread through the village.
I told you this would happen.
Bam,
It was
bam.
an unfortunate accident. He is becoming an annoyance. He may stumble upon the truth sooner or later, but I suppose that is really of no consequence. One day, he too will pay for what he has done.
Black Anna. The real demon.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Incident made me realize something. You are right. I should have acted with more humility. These creatures cannot be controlled. All the more reason I require a
You gotta extract him.
There is no such way.
Oh,
Wait! Don't ring it again.
it is up to you. Out with it.
I see
Okay.
now. There must be more to it than that.
What?
They are in you. You use this land to breed more of my children. And not just here. No. In pursuit of your ethnic cleansers. You sifted through many language strains. Finding hosts.
Okay,
Breeding.
so I gotta keep going this way.
You would have been infected in the process. Infected with countless strains. Most likely your mother tongues as well. Romania, Northern Transylvania. You found that one too. Yes, the Hungarian strain. That responds to the CK's dialect.
Silence!
Black Anna. It is you who shall pay.
Oh no! Whoa, what the fuck?
retaliation, old man?
Let my people go and never bother them again.
Okay.
You heard me. What now? What? No! What are you doing?
I am not afraid. I probably have every language strain inside of me. Meaning all the world's languages are already lost to me. But that suits me fine.
So, Kojima didn't think this was getting a little bit too convoluted?
And that
Just a
means
little
nothing
bit?
to you. If you are infected, you can never again speak your mother tongue. Otherwise, you will die. As will every one of your countrymen.
A few words here and there won't trigger the symptoms. And besides, the time is not yet right to show this face in my homeland. Not until my revenge is complete. Now,
Stop!
we're out of time. I have to get going. Well,
No!
Oh, it's been a while since I've been here.
It's
Oh, and there's no guard up there.
radiation.
Radiation? Of course. So it can be used.
But how much?